Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Janeski, and along with my good friend Ken Montroy, we are your host of the local sports wrap-up here in Wyandotte. Wyandotte Cable Channel 15. Today is, what is today? January 14th, 2020. 2020 vision. Ken, how was your week, sir? I haven't seen you. You were sick last week when Justin was here.
It was.
It was a great show without you. I don't want to say that
That's
out
what I
loud.
heard. I was reading the fan mail. Didn't take long. But yeah, I was reading it. Everything was okay. Well, you know I have ALS, so I was in Baltimore for some tests, and it kind of knocked me out for a little bit, so I had some issues. But other than that, it's all good.
So that's your coming out?
Oh no, it'll be another show. It's going to have to be a show with less importance as what we have here. So at that show, I'll be coming out. Might be my last show when I'm coming out because my buddies are going to hate it when I tell them about me coming out because we've been friends for years, you know, locker room stuff, bathing suits, you know.
It's all good these days.
Oh, you know, I'm just speaking for myself.
It's accepted.
Thanks.
It's accepted.
Oh, it's accepted?
Yeah.
I'll tell that to the guy that was hitting me with a punch. It's accepted. It's not 2020. But yeah, but maybe that'll work.
Big football game last night.
Beautiful. What did you think? Who did you have?
I don't bet football. Do you?
I didn't bet. I said, who'd you have in your mind that you thought would win?
You know what? I turned it on late. I couldn't
You
believe
didn't
it was
have a team that
17
you
nothing.
thought
It was
would win?
17-0, right?
17-7.
Oh, it was 17-7?
Right.
Because it was like the Houston team that went into Kansas City and took that nice 24-0 lead and then decided to fake a punt. What a great idea.
And in the other team's house.
I know.
Unbelievable. Believe me, they're looking at that coach a lot.
Yeah, I would think so.
For all the
My
wrong
goodness.
reasons.
I had it on the radio. I was at the shop doing some stuff, and I had the radio on. And they go, it's a fake punt. Oh, he stopped short. And then, they get the ball on, the 35. I said, that was a bad move.
Oh, bad move. That was the move.
As the game last night, I enjoyed it. It got to be a blowout towards the end.
They only lost by, 20, not 20, but 17.
Yeah, but they just, it was what it was.
17 points. I mean,
it got less interesting towards the end.
Oh, I believe me, it got a lot of that.
What was the line?
Not that I would happen to know this, but it was 5.5, 67.
67. So it ended up over. What was the
It would
score?
ended up right on the button.
How do they know that?
How do they know?
How do they know
Because it was 25-42, 67.
67.
How do they know?
Everybody loses.
Everybody that put a nickel on that. Everybody.
Not that we know anything about gambling.
That's what I heard.
Someone told me once. Someone told me once. So as we're talking about football, News Herald put out their all first team, second team.
That's wonderful, the News Herald team. Can I start with my guy, or you want to start with
you
yours?
go right ahead. And we want to thank Frank Wadslawski. He does all our legwork. We love you, Frank. Someday maybe we get you on the show. You talk about us. You want to contact us, localsportswrapup@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
We love Frank.
We do, because without you, Frank, we would just be a comedy show.
That's right.
We need Frank.
So we got first teamers over there.
Well, we were talking about quarterbacks. The kid from Clemson is a runner as well as a thrower.
Yes.
The kid from Burroughs, who won the Heisman, is a drop-back pocket quarterback. He's what usually in the NFL they like. The kid from Baltimore, when they lost, had a tough time with the coach from Tennessee who put up a great game plan, made him throw, and he wasn't quite the accurate passer that they were hoping for. And because of that, they lost, in my opinion. The kid threw for 500 yards, but 500 yards and didn't give up touchdowns because he couldn't hit them when it was needed. Not like Aaron Rodgers did. That guy could just drop them in. But anyway, because of that, you saw that a running quarterback can get you there as well as throwing, throwing quarterback. And fortunately for Wyandotte, they had Jalen Pitchford. That kid is absolutely tough. After starting as a sophomore at Wyandotte, Pittsburgh was back under center in 2019. The junior quarterback threw for 1,095 yards in itself is really good. 11 touchdowns, and he ran for 187 yards, 7 touchdowns. The 7 touchdowns is what I believe makes him a little stronger because down the goal line, he is so much, he is effective as a passer as well as I can run it in. And because of that, he made first team All News Herald. He also got offers on the table. Now, see, this is what, he always had an offer from Central Michigan, but now he's got Austin Peay and Alabama State. And I'll bet you by his senior year, he's going to have a few more.
Has he got another year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we also have a first teamer, Cody Bowser. Bowser emerged as one of the top running backs in the Downriver area in what was his senior season at Roosevelt. So he's moving on.
He's moving
the
on.
All Downriver League honoree, ran the ball 103 times for 783 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns, all of which led the team.
Wonderful.
So he was the guy when they got down. Well, he led the team in yards. He led the team. Well, he led the team in running back yards.
Touch, I was going to say
yards.
touchdowns. This guy's got 11. You said he's got 10.
Well, in running back.
Must be a misprint. Frank, forget what we said.
We love you.
Just kidding, Frank. We love you.
Still, Frank.
We love you.
And there's one more.
Oh, there's one more on the first team. Now this, I'm not exactly sure, and someone out there, please send us your information so it'll make it better for us. I don't know what an ATH specialist is, but if there is one, this guy's it. Keyshawn Stanley. Stanley was a big asset for Roosevelt in what was yet another strong season for the program, which they have been getting a good seasons out of these guys.
Yes.
The quick and versatile senior caught 14 passes for 199 yards and a touchdown. He ran the ball 11 times for 91 yards and a score. The rushing touchdown was a big one as it came in the Bears' 1-point win over Carlson. I remember that, late in the season. Defensively, the all-league honor
It's right there, yes.
It tricked me. Lined up in the secondary and finished with 73 total tackles, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. He has drawn interest from Division I programs. Personally, I think this guy's going to do well on defense. It doesn't give his size, though. That's the only thing I'm a little discouraged about. Because if he's got some kind of size, the kid's all over the field. He's a two-way player.
If he's getting interest from a Division I school, then he's got size. Because they won't go
true.
after
I forgot
the 5'6"
about that.
guy.
You're right.
They won't go after, Division II will go after the 5'6" guy or the 5'8" guy or the 5.
I forgot about that. You're right.
So that's good. Well, they have second team All News Herald and Christian Cooper from Roosevelt. I have a whole list of all the different schools, but we're not talking about any of the other schools. Christian Cooper closed out his high school football career with a strong season for the Bears. He's a senior and All Downriver League honoree, ran the ball 79 times for 530 yards.
Sweet.
6 touchdowns.
6.
So maybe he's a bigger guy and they give him the ball when you're close.
Maybe.
Defensively, he lined up in the secondary and finished with 33 total tackles, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble. So he was a solid second teamer, and Wyandotte had a good year.
Well, they did have a good year, and I got a feeling they're going to be a little bit better because next year that quarterback's going to be a senior. And I get a good feeling for that because they also have a big old sophomore. Now he made second team, and when you were saying about a second team, the touchdowns and all that get down, they're not as much as the first team. But
next year.
But, yeah, exactly, and they're usually younger guys, just like this gentleman, Logan McGraw. I love that name. That just flows off the tongue. Penalty, Logan McGraw. Just kidding, Logan.
They would just say number 66 or number 38.
Hey, I know me. I don't want to be just a number. Sounds like a Bob Seger song.
It does.
After a big sophomore year, McGraw returned to the Roosevelt lineup in 2019 and shined again in the gridiron. The junior linebacker led the team in tackles. There you go. You got to love that. Of course, he's a linebacker, and he has a nose for the ball. Apparently, he has a nose for the ball with the person carrying it because 91 tackles, and he had 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery, and a block punt. Beautiful block punt. Offensively, he plays 2 ways. He rushed for 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, caught 2 passes for 50 yards, and a win over Carlson in Week 9. He finished with 19 tackles. Man, oh man.
In one game, 19 tackles?
19 tackles.
Good.
That's wonderful. Good. Because that's 19, and he had 91 for the whole season. I bet they were glad to get past Carlson. He blocked a punt, a fumble recovery, and he had a rushing touchdown. That guy was a wrecking crew to Carlson.
That was a big game that day.
Yes,
I
it was.
that week. That was a big game. On the road.
On the road, and I think they won by a point.
Yes,
and
they did.
Good for you, Logan McGraw. Keep it going there, buddy. You'll be a junior next year, unless you get a better contract offer from another high school team.
That's a touchy subject.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go there? I'm
yes,
sorry.
You did. There were 2 honorable mentions for Roosevelt. Jared Deichelboher and Richard Clark. Now, I don't know where they are as far as senior, junior, freshman, but they were honorable mentions along with a slew of other people that we're not mentioning because they don't play for Wyandotte. This is a Wyandotte cable show.
Absolutely.
Basketball? Go there
Basketball.
next? How about them Pistons?
Oh, my gosh.
They should play for a draft.
I heard that they benched, what's his name, Drummond for the last couple minutes. It was on that sports, but I turned it away and watched another sports channel that I enjoy more, and they didn't mention anything about it. But they did say that they had benched him. They're not doing very good. But I would assume, I don't know, but I would assume a coach taking over another team, you have so many personalities at that level to say, listen, Coach, I'd really like to listen to you, but I think I control your future. You don't control mine. And because of that...
20-some million might say that.
Well,
whatever they make good money.
And if it was me, I probably would be, okay, well, that doesn't make sense to me, Coach, so I'm going to try it this way. I hope that works for you. So he's having a little bit of a challenge with the players. That's my thought.
At the high school level, you don't get that.
No, it's just like that LSU coach. He told them when he tells his players that they're going to do this and that, and the one guy challenged him. He says, well, I'm not really big on doing that. I don't think I can do that. He goes, oh, yes, you'll do that. He said, because you're at LSU, and I'm the coach. And that makes sense because he either wants a scholarship or he wants to go to the pros. And I guess I'm the one that makes you play. So I found that to be funny.
I've never coached that way.
Oh, I think I have. But that's just me. I'm a mean old cuss. Only a Rockwood guy would know that.
Ah.
Yeah, they know mean old cusses.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Shout out to our cameraman.
Shout out to our cameraman. Sorry, Calvin. I'd like to do that to you, too. But anyway, in the past week, the girls, they're tough, man. And you coach a girls' bowling team, so you ought to know those chicks at Wyandotte
I am proud of my girls' bowling team.
Aren't they
tough?
tough?
Will look right in the camera, and I will say we are still undefeated. We are undefeated for the 7-0 now. 7-0. We are rolling through teams. Our next, they're all big matches. And I explain this to the girls. They're all big matches because if you're undefeated, they're shooting for you.
Absolutely.
But that being said, we play Woodhaven next Friday, the 24th. That's a huge match at Score Lanes. And I will say that that'll be it. If we beat them, we'll win the league.
So you get out the rows, you row the boat, huh?
As Wyandotte girls have never won a league title in the history of the school.
How long is the history?
How long has they been bowling?
How long have they been bowling?
School's been going.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm asking you questions you're not prepared to answer.
How long has the school been?
The
school was built in like 1910. Let's start there.
Did they have a bowling team back then?
I doubt it.
Man, I would like to see what them balls and pins look like back then.
Same as the
No, I don't think the
rubber
same
ball
as that.
used to throw in the 70s. It looked the same as that.
Yeah, but
yeah, I will say that we have a goal. We've had a goal since the start, and I couldn't be prouder. We're moving right along. We have issues. Our numbers aren't as high as we'd like them to be.
Don't name names.
No,
I mean, you said you had issues.
I have issues. I've had issues for a long time, okay? Just saying that out loud.
He'll start out with his own name.
Right. So, but that being said, we are competing every week, and I like where we're at. I like my JV team. They're getting better. My goal is to build a program. I feel I'm halfway there. You know, I want to win a league title. The school's never done it. We won our first tournament ever a year or two ago. I can't even remember when. Baby steps with the girls. I like where we're at. So
all of the coaches I've talked to, they'll say, and I believe in this concept, you prepare them mentally and physically to fall in line. Because the mind gets right, it believes, it understands what Marty's telling me. If I apply this, just because it didn't work this moment, that's because it doesn't work that moment. It's a long season, it's a long haul, it will work, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, bowling, tennis, soccer, whatever. You just have to believe. So the first part of the season is all about mental, to where you got to understand that we're trying to achieve something that's going to be over a period of time. And I believe that you're doing that.
I have started something that I hadn't done before, and I have 13 girls, 12 currently, and I get them all together before the meet. Now, we ride the bus, and I don't say anything on the bus. But when we get to the bowling alley and they get their equipment and they get their uniforms on, because some of them change at the center, you know, I get them all in an area, and we talk. We talk for about 5 minutes, because anything more than 5 minutes, you lose their attention.
Okay. I had fifth and sixth graders.
What I expect.
Mine was 2.
What I expect today. You know, I expect competition. I don't care if you miss 3 frames in a row. Your next shot is your most important shot.
Because you're competing, right?
You're competing. I have seen many a 190 game start out with miss. You know?
We've been there.
I've been there, done that. I've seen 230 games start out miss, and I've been disappointed. So that just.
But you were happy you got up to 230,
exactly.
So was the rest of the team.
Got to my average. No. So that being said, we are starting, you know, I'm learning too. You know, I've only been coaching, you know, I've been a dad helping, but I've been coaching now for 2 years. It's been my show. So I'm learning. I'm learning too how to handle personalities. You know, before I could just sit there and talk to them about where to stand on the lane. Now, you know, if you're not in the lineup, why aren't you in the lineup? I have to explain. Correct. Or to that parent, I have to explain. I didn't have parent issues before. I just coached girls how to bowl, taught them how to bowl. Now I have parent issues because obviously I'm mean.
Well, I got to tell you a story.
Oh, goes back to the issue thing. I have issues.
I got to tell you a story. When I was coaching boys basketball, 5th and 6th at St. Francis Korean, kids are 10, 11 years old. And I know this might sound extremely strange to you, but I had a watch, and on that watch, it had the time, and on that time was the time that they had to be there. So if they were late, they had to run a lap for every minute that they were late. 2 laps, I'm sorry, 2 laps for every minute.
Fair.
And if anything past 3 goes to 3 minutes. 3 laps for a minute. So when kids would come in after a while, because I was a disciplinarian, they would come in, grab my watch, because I don't need to talk to them. Grab my watch, because they know I saw it. Grab my watch, look at it, and then they'd run a lap.
Just take off.
I used to tell them, don't cheat the team. You don't cut them corners. You cut them corners, you cheat everybody on this team. Don't you cut them corners. And so then I'd be watching them, and I'd see a guy coming closer. Don't you cheat this team. So when I come in one day, one time was I ever late for practice. One time. Well, I came in 3 minutes late. I had to run 6 laps. So, but I was younger.
It was no problem.
1987. So, anyway, the point I'm making is that I developed their mind in the right way. That when I came in, they said, "Coach, what's your watch?" I could have changed it back if I was silly, but I didn't. They went in there and they said, "You're 3 minutes late. You got to run 6 laps." I said, "Yes, I do." Put my stuff down. Started running my laps.
Don't cheat the corners.
They all ran with me on the inside of the basketball court, saying, "Coach, don't you cut them corners. Don't you cheat this team."
I love it.
Mentally, they were prepared for me. They believed me because I did exactly what I told them everybody has to do. And I when I was reading books on coaching, that's exactly, and I believed that, and we were champions quite often. So anyway, I just thought whenever we're doing that, it's pretty good. But get back to the girls' basketball.
Yeah, we got to get back to doing something about Wyandotte sports.
Oh, come on. I thought this was our commentary.
There you go.
Well, it was mine anyway. Anyway, with the girls, who are very tough, they beat Carlson on Tuesday, 38. Tuesday would be obviously a week ago. 38-37. Love those kind of games. Close games, it builds character. Lincoln Park girls beat Taylor 47-42 in a close game. Came back on Friday and took Trenton 38-34 in overtime. Gotta love those games. If you're going to be there, why not? You have a close game. Edsel Ford split 37-35 with Southgate and Taylor and Edsel. Wyandotte lost to Trenton 37-26, which is kind of confusing because early in the week and on Friday, an evenly matched game, but Woodhaven went home the winner.
I watched that game. Wyandotte Cable carried that game. And I'm just going to say this out loud. Wyandotte had that game. They were right there. They had it. And then they let it get away.
Well,
the boys, on the other hand, it's the girls' game at high school level. It was, they were a bit, I guess, I don't want to say sloppy is a bad word, but eager. I think eager is a bad word. They got the set play, and they're going to run it. But then if you got to throw the ball to the wing and it's not open, don't throw it to the wing. Turn around and look for somebody else. But they're doing the motions, and they do the give and go nicely. They've got a girl in the middle that can fill the middle and throws the ball up from the middle. But I saw a lot of eager shots, I guess. And I'm not a basketball guy. I'll be the first to say I don't know anything about the game. But they were eager. A couple girls were eager to launch it. Now, some of my buddies, I've played the game, don't get me wrong. They'll miss 14 in a row, and they're going to shoot the next one. They don't care. Ball comes to them, up it goes. So
if they have the right coach that allow that, there ain't no way.
The Skinner boys will fire the ball up. They don't care where they're at. Okay.
That would be an absolute negative. It'd be a timeout. Hey, Eddie, sit on the bench with Lenny. But anyway.
Boys are doing solid.
In the concept of that, what you were just saying, the books I read, and I read John Wooden's book, The Wizard of Westwood. In it, he tells, and I used to use that phrase with my kids, be quick, not in a hurry. Be quick. Because when you think in a hurry, but if you're I'll just be quick, I'll just be quick. You stay focused. And that's one of the things that you tell the kids, because just like you were saying, eager, when you start seeing that, time out. Then we got to calm you down because it's not about quickness.
I don't get timeouts in bowling. There's times.
You don't get timeouts? Is there no timeouts?
There's times I want to say, hey, let's just back off a little bit,
You can't go up to the counter and say, hey, my kid pushed the reset button. We're all messed up. Hey, everybody, come on over here. Let's huddle up.
There you go. I can delay. You just gave me an idea.
Oh, well, I was a coach too.
You just gave me an idea.
So anyway.
Boys are doing well.
The boys are a little tough time the other day. Now they took 2 games back to back. They beat Trenton 55-51. Then he also beat Marsha. Woodhaven.
Good.
Yep, 55-46.
We beat a Woodhaven team. I'm going to sit up taller.
Now, Southgate won 70-68. Tough game. That's a Ford won on Friday. They beat Taylor with 67-66.
Oh, we don't care.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I know about Wyandotte? They are 3-0 in league play. Good for them. And they are 4-2 overall. So good for them. They're 3-0. That means they're leading the league. Right? You're undefeated.
Well,
you're leading the league.
If you're not leading the league, you're definitely going to. Right.
We got a competitive cheer. I want to talk about competitive cheer real quick because I know.
Oh, I forgot you were a cheerleader in high school.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. The 26th annual Allen Park Competitive Cheer Invitational was held on Saturday, and at the day's end, the Downriver area teams, Wyandotte Roosevelt won Division I.
Nice.
Allen Park won Division II, and Groseville won Division III.
Wow, them downriver teams, yeah.
And Roosevelt swept through the 5-team field in D1, earning top scores in all 3 rounds. Now, I don't know anything about cheer. I don't know if you do the same thing you run a different routine each round. You run, because they have routines.
Absolutely, they do.
So they probably run a different one in each round, and they were the top scorers in each round. Good for Wyandotte. That means, they almost won one a couple weeks ago. Where are we at on time there, Coach?
Well, they're putting up
our local sports wrap up on gmail.com.
Well, anyway.
3 minutes. Oh, we got an eternity.
Yeah,
good. That's good.
So anyway, in that cheerleading thing, when I was at St. Henry's, I used to be on the basketball team, and my sister was a cheerleader. And my sister, as siblings are, said she would never cheer for me. And I said, if I look over there and you're not cheering, I would tell the coach, because I was, at that time, the best player on the team. So when she didn't believe
Glory days.
I'm just saying, that point about cheerleading, I went over to the coach and said, hey, the cheerleaders aren't really cheering too much. Keep an eye on them, will you? And then my sister got all upset because I talked to the coach, the cheerleading coach. But anyway, it was just kind of funny.
I got one more thing on wrestling.
Wrestling?
Wyandotte Roosevelt finished first on Sunday at the Wyandotte Invitational.
Nice.
Nice.
I did read that.
Yeah, the host Bears claimed the team championship with 198.5 points ahead of second place Utica Ford, 158.
Wow.
So they slapped.
You ain't kidding.
Slapped everybody. And
How
they
cool.
had five champs. The 112, Alex Biondo at 125
That
pounds.
Biondo's tough.
Xavier Byrne at 140, Nathan Giroir at the 160 pounds, Jared Delaboher, and let's see, they had 6 more grapplers in the top 6. 2 runners-up, Zachary Fritz and Nick Biondo, the Biondo brothers. A lot of them football players wrestle to keep themselves in good shape. But wrestling is just, it can be brutal.
Brutal. Remember our buddy Dave?
Yes. Don't forget to get a hold of us at localsportswrapup@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We
get all kinds of emails.
Oh, you can't imagine.
We have enough
people
room,
hating
though,
on
for
us and loving on us
Absolutely.
at the same time.
Absolutely.
You guys are
We
terrible,
accept
but
photos.
you're great.
Huh?
You're terrible, but you're great. As we wrap up, lot to talk about. We will probably see you in more than a week, probably a 2-week program here.
Martin Luther King Day.
Weekend, apparently.
Martin Luther King weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
So
party it up.
Hi, Mom. Mom's recovering from another procedure. Seems to have went well. 85. Love her dearly. She'll see this show.
Hey, Cookie. We're always thinking about you. You know that, gal.
That's right. So, Ken, for Marty, I'm Marty Janeski, and for my great friend, Ken Montroy, we will see you in a week. Again, watch us on YouTube. Look us up, Local Sports
Marty,
Wrap
let's
Up.
be honest. We hope you see us. Okay?
We don't care to see them.
I mean, we couldn't see them anyway.
That's true.
So,
All right.
hope you see us.
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a week or so.